Tell me, what does a good university campus need? Dorms? Sure. An admin building, obviously. A newspaper, of course. This is a quiz. I'm not asking, I definitely know. If one were, say, on the cusp of adding a new building that definitely already has a purpose because forethought is a virtue and I definitely have it, what would this building be? Continue mulling it over whilst I prepare to birth it, would you? Keeping in mind, this building is average. If you take a little vacation in Google Earth and you plop down your little yellow man somewhere in the environs of Oxford, it's a building you might see occupying a lonely alley. Nothing too notable. Just a chill little bro. I'm gonna stop characterizing the mud now. We're getting this done early because we've got another big project to do. And then another big project to do because I'm incredibly good with work-life balance. Heck it, this is bothering me too. Better. And oh, who's that? What's all this then? I don't know, I lied, he has no purpose. He looks nice though, a nice little purposeless man. What's inside? Probably anxiety. And this is a lot better. I don't like how tall I made this, I do regret that. But it's too close to the height of the main building, so it makes it seem less grand. I don't know. It's already there, so I'm not changing it. I just want it known that I know that it's not the best. Please ignore the cape of the demented scribblings of the possessed children. I need to update a mod, and I can't. That's what it says. I looked. But yeah, to swivel back to him for just a moment. Crap. Do let me know if you have any ideas of what purposes a couple more outbuildings like this could have, because I'm just kind of defaulting to this being more dorms, which is fine. I kind of like it as dorms, but the rest of the outbuildings that we're going to be making cannot also be more dorms. It's statistically impossible. That would leave each student with more than 3 square feet and a coat hanger to their name. That'd be stupid. You posing for a band cover? Like some kind of asthmatic boy group, huh? Like some wheezy guys? Those who wheeze? Those of the obstructed lung? But enough. He's there now. He's good. We must move on. Because the next thing we're going to be working on is adding some atmosphere around here. The bushes were the bare minimum and they're really not pulling their weight anymore. All of these buildings, while connected by paths, feel very detached. Good job, mate. It's because they are. You shut your mouth. They feel very detached in aura, in spirit, and their chi is rapidly deteriorating. Oh dear lord, he's marshalling. So we need to work on the area around them to work them in, so everything feels more cohesive and less just got plopped down by a giant baby playing with his mortal dollhouses with a pitiful lack of understanding of feng shui. And this entails, not entirely, but a lot of it primarily involves trees and bushes. But zoons, what's that looming menacing presence? Oh right, the other project, which needs must also be slightly explained post-haste. This is just too distracting. I can't deal with that right now. So you may have heard, since I've been pitilessly ragging on him for it, that Silver's been in mole mode in the game district for about 7.5 eternities, shaping his game with his moly little hands. More about this will be explained later. The important thing is that you know it exists, because I'm also going to be making a room for it, which just so happens to need an absolute crap ton of, you guessed it, leaves. So basically, between these two projects, we have the shopping list of a catastrophically sized army of caterpillars and perhaps beetles as well. He's been giving a really long, encouraging morale speech. Once more to the breach, men. Huzzah. Now, normally I'd just shave the birch trees down here, but I also used those trees for birch. And quite frankly, I can't be bothered with this whole replanting business. So we're going elsewhere. Off into the wild blue yonder. Adventure, exploration, mass environmental cataclysm. Need box, need hoe. Need box, need hoe. Hoe. Hoe need help. Hey. How's it going? That's it? Excuse me? I paid a whole diamond and you can't even fix my hoe? Liquid Girth, I swear to Archon, you better start doing your job or I'm gonna call you nasty, terrible, horrible names. Liquid Girth, more like liquid worthless. Haha, please. Please don't make me fly all the way back there. I'm about ready to pitch a fit. Alright. Diamonds. Diamonds. Pay me? Give me money. Feed me? Sustain me? My mortal soul. It is draining away, please. Diamond is for mud. No diamond is for mud. Screw you. No diamond is. Diamond is for honey. Please, give me honey money. No. Why did that sound like the death sound in Pac-Man? It's okay. This is fine. This is cool. Should probably get more rockets though. Good thing I used them on this very worthwhile adventure. The gosh dang it. This is why I don't leave my house. So basically, I'm hoping we'll find a nice big forest somewhere off in the distance where it won't be a problem visually, that we can just like completely decimate and then just dip. Yes, the old decimate and dip. Favorite British pastime. Now, you may be thinking, great, so we're just gonna fly around aimlessly until we find a biome that's right next to your house. Brilliant. No, because I just remembered there's a blummin' map, so we're gonna check that first. Looks like a real messed up bird. Like that's a wing, that's a wing. And then the bird itself just kind of looks like a flying, contorted shrimp. Oh, wait, things are still loading in. Oh yeah, it loaded itself an eyeball! He's so cute. Anyway, alright, right. So really we just kind of keep going this exact direction for an eon. I'm pretty sure that area is like out where we were for the update stuff. Like that's around the campground, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, that's up here. Okay, okay. I have no clue when we went here. Books. No, that has most definitely been deleted already. But books. I feel unwelcomed here. I'm gonna leave. Ah. I have seen my future and it is bright. Books. We're leaning a bit westward in our cart. We need to shrivel over. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's a tiny one. We'll go to the bigger one. It is small and minuscule and not worth my time. I wish to devastate, you understand? Ooh, books. Wait. No, okay. Okay, yeah, so this is where we started out during the restarting stream when Maisie and Nim joined us, which means I've already scoured this area for books and it is useless to me. And right up here, yep, is where the birch forest is. Good thing it's not an area of historical significance. Herobrine core. Foreshadowing. Yummy. Now we are prepared. Now we can initiate phase 1. Fake leaf on ground. God hates me specifically. An essay. Dude, they're trying to raid the museum. Who sent the British Army here? Enigma. Autumn. Crunchy. Leaf fall down. Podzol. Ground. And because the ground here is at best 2 blocks thick, and at worst and most often 1. And so I don't have to meticulously and arduously place blocks under these leaves that are already here because I fear it would strain me a bit. We're doing this the stupid way. Not that the way in and of itself is stupid, but the series of choices that led me to it being necessary. Yippee! I am not gently dislocating your leg out of socket when I tell you that I have spent 90% of this recording waiting for the rain to stop. 90%, possibly even 91. The world is trying to silence me. For free? I mean, it's good of you to give them privacy. Never mind, you're doing it too. I doubt even Sabrina's tried this one. Are you proud of me? I remembered my skin exists for more than 2 segments. You're joking. Why am I being besieged? What liege lord have I offended now? Brother, nobody respects Jester's privilege anymore. It's sickening. Yeah, okay. On 3 sides. You can act as nonchalant as you want. I know what you're trying to do. Yeah, hey, screw you, buddy. This is how Gandalf came in with the dwarves to Beorn's house. They're so evenly spaced. What is your problem, man? Hello? You know what? I'm not really worried about them, but hello? It finally stopped raining and there's another horde. Follow me, please. Follow me to the exit, lads. Yeah, come on. Come on. Okay, that's only 3 of you. Where's the rest of the posse? This is an embarrassingly low-level posse, even for you. Come on. Come on. Follow me. Oh, no, not you. You should have stopped following me. Come on now. Very simple instructions, really. Yep, you're a big lad. I respect you. I do. Alright, where's the last one? Good grief. Okay, there you go. You hit me. Ow, there you did it. Good job. Was that you? Good job. I'm so proud of you. Come on. Yep, come on. Come on. Thank you. Oh, thank goodness these are gone. Okay, lovely. Everything's fine now. Everything's fine. I needed wood anyway. Because after we tore down trees to come back home and plant and tear down trees, we are of course building trees. But anyway, now that's all in. I did go in and finesse it a bit more just so it conforms to my absurd levels of perfectionism. Because this placing isn't random. Everywhere there's a lot of podzol is a place a tree is going.
Everything is connected. it.
Oh, and something else I tried and so ended up having to do the thing I was avoiding with the tree method. I stuck podzol under all the bushes, like their own leaves have kind of piled up. I feel like it just gives them a bit more dimension. But regardless, now to the building part. Right now, this area feels very sterile. I am not a sterile kind of person. I am teeming with hundreds of strains of bacteria, and they're telling me to spread them over the lands. The plan. Trees. We need to fill some vertical space. Ow. We need to fill some vertical space. Oh, for the love of... Nope. This was a bad idea. I've created a situation for myself. It happened again. Me creating situations and then perishing. It's a cycle. It's a circle. It's a sphere. It's a circle that I keep running around. We need to fill some vertical space. That will help this area feel cozier. Secondly, more bushes/bushes used as vines, because brother do I love a chunky vine. Because some of my favorite reference images that I saved 2 years ago at this point had Cousin It levels of foliage covering them, and I haven't done a bit of that. Next, we need some quality of vibe stuff as detailed in the masterwork on the subject, The Princess Vibe by S. Morgenstern. Lampposts, benches, that kind of thing. Things that would make people want to hang out here. If there actually were students and I wasn't completely alone, drifting through the vast cosmic nothingness and throwing buildings of a pale imitation of life into the void in hopes that the void will say hi back. Anyway, let's photosynthesize. A couple new bombshells and a couple silver tigers have entered the villa. That's right, you know them, and I love to reuse them. The trees from Central Park! These helped this area so much. I long to do as much good with as little movement as these guys do. Truly inspiring. I think all this helped immensely. And I think soon we'll initiate this big tree into the order of the copy and pasted, because I'm thinking another one over here kind of poking out behind the dorms, and maybe one more on the other side of the next building that's going in here. I am telling you this in an uncharacteristic moment of decidedness. Actual results may vary. Oh yeah, and I risked my computer's health and well-being during a thunderstorm to go out and find the spore blossoms for these trees so we could have our falling leaves. You're welcome. And I am truly thrilled to report that I was only set upon by 2 groups of bald men in that time, indicating a marked improvement from the previous reports. Back to you, David. Thank you, Melanie. Now we're moving on to our next segment, and dear God, can I pull off a mustache. Now about this game. Silver has been planning this thing since the beginning of the season and working on it for half of it. It's a dungeon crawler a la Decked Out, but he has made this entirely his own. And also bigger, I'm pretty sure. Not that it's a competition or anything, but the amount of redstone that dude has learned for this. Here, just let me show you. So it turns out, I was mistaken. It has not left the test server yet. But here's a picture I schmoozed off of him. And that is just a circuit board at this point. That's a whole computer. And, I mean, I'm not going to show too much of the inside yet, because that's his baby, but let's go to the room that we'll be building off of. If I can find it again. Ta-da! Like, dude, look at all the trees. I'm so proud. He has listened to my treachings. This is part of a cave section, an integral piece in this labyrinthine puzzle. But a lot of it's tunnels, as you saw from the bottom. Big rooms, small rooms, rooms where they chop your head off. I don't know, I just made that up. But can you imagine the hype that Decked Out would have gotten if there was a guillotine? I'm just saying. But anyway, Silver asked me if I'd like to make the witch's cave. And being rather crotchety and reclusive in nature myself, I said yes, it would be my pleasure. So with a very distinct vision in my head, I went about it, executing it to perfection I had never managed to reach before and trying to render something from my brain into reality, imbuing so much evil into the very stone they immediately started talking about big tech startups and buying podcast equipment. It was all perfect, with no hiccups whatsoever except for the one very major one of I planned it for the complete wrong spot. Now you see, this was something Silver proposed months ago, and I was honestly proud I could find where it was supposed to go again at all. But what I was not informed of, and what would be my doom and my downfall, is that there are almost identical holes on either side, one of which I had no idea existed, but has a substantially larger amount of room outside. Look at that. Nice, airy, open. This was the hole I planned for, but alas, this was the hole I was actually supposed to plan around, so that I don't run into the very important redstone lines that are going to be under the other one. So long story short, this tunnel cuts into a good fourth of my cave, but nobody panic. Nobody panic. We all know me. I won't be redoing it, but I will be finding a workaround. So instead of being fairly level with the rest of the cave, it's simply going down by about 6 blocks. No problem at all, except to my shattered dreams of success of getting it exactly like it was in my head. It's fine though, and we'll figure out how to connect it up right once it's in. Okay, so change of plan. Silver dropped in when I was building and said we could just keep that how it is and he'll turn it into another tunnel. So slay. Fine time. I forgot to mention when I was planning this build, I made what's essentially my ideal housing situation. A cottage, the deepest, darkest recesses of cave, surrounded by a hedge maze tailor-made to deter people. Amazon drivers hate her, but here it is, my evil made manifest. Now, all this isn't meaningless or just for show. No. Silver will have some type of in-game reward in the witch's hut, if one can make it there. I really love how it's just visible from up here. A split second of shining hope for perhaps peace, shelter, a moment of glorious respite, and then you're spun around 72 times. I don't know if it'll actually be that hard. I did channel all of my 9-year-old boy energy into its creation though, so it's gotta be at least a tad bit obnoxious. However, not as obnoxious as I first planned it to be, for lo, the berries doth illumine. Because of how much glow lichen is on the floor, these aren't strictly necessary from a mob standpoint, but it felt a tad bit too cruel to not only throw you in a purposely vindictive maze, but then to have you be practically blind on top of it. This will be hard enough as is. We don't want it verging too far into annoying territory, or no one will play it no matter how good the reward might be. I feel like I deserve praise for not being as evil as I could be at any given moment. Speaking of, once you have reached the end, there are multiple ways that you can just hop up and get on top of the leaves to get back out. At this point, you've succeeded. You've beat the maze. Here's your little treat. And I promise not to fatten you up to be put into pies kind of treat, despite the numerous context clues implying otherwise. But I'm not gonna make you do all that again. But here's the house in all of its ramshackle glory. See, what did I tell you? No oven. You're safe. You're safe here, smile. Ugh. Fudge. No. Let me up first. Thank you. No, why aren't you jumping? Why aren't you jumping, Leadfoot McGee? This was really fun. It's nice to throw in a different style here and there, and I've never had an excuse to build a maze, so very fun. But now, we must leave our dream home and return to cruel, sun-infested reality, for the episode is coming to an end, and we back from the mine. And lest we make this a momentous occasion by actually wearing this season's skin the entire episode, that was close. Thank heavens. Love y'all, take care, and I'll see you soon. Excuse me. No. That's unfortunate. Because some of my favorite I feel like I deserve praise for not being as evil as I could be in a I can enunciate my words. I'm missing enunciate like none. It's not there.